Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Bet, our HowToBet.com podcast. I'm Daryl Sean along with Sean, the genius Miller, and it is time for our Parlay Power Play of the Week. Before we do that, let me remind you watching on YouTube to hit that subscribe button, the like button, the notification bell, do it all. Remember, it's always free. We never ask you for a dime here on How to Bet. This is it's a podcast, and that's what we do. We just give you out information. So when you hit that subscribe button, there's some confusion that nobody asks you for money. You're just subscribing to what we're doing here, and we would appreciate that. Go down and leave comments. Ask for swag. We have swag. We have merch. We have hats. We have shirts. We have famous water bottles with this little clip. I like to clip it on my belt. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But there's that. And then a little further down, go to the description box. Click that on there. You're going to find the links to Sean the Genius Miller's previews, because you're going to need those to win games this week, because we have the injury updates there, the odds updates, and COVID is wreaking havoc with both of those.
And more importantly, the who's not going to play and who's going to play updates, you know, for these games that don't really matter. Maybe teams are locked into playoff positions. Yeah,
and then the exclusive offers to various sports books around the country. So get there early and often, because things are changing all the time now in the NFL Week 18. Mm-hmm. Remember, bet with your head, not with your heart. Don't go over your means. If you know, there's people that do it for entertainment. There's people that do it to make money. You could do it both for both reasons. No reason you can't do it. But if you do have or think you have a gambling problem, there's help out there, including 1-800-GAMBLER. It is time for our Parlay Power Plays of the Week. We've been hot. Last week, I had two winners and a push, as it turned out at game time. So, these part of the power plays of the week have been very successful for us. I think you went 3 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. Again, we've been red hot. So here we go with our Parlay Power Plays of the Week. Let me try to get my headset going here. Hold on. Give me a sec. There we go.
Before we start, did you see the video of Dan Orlovsky ripping Joe Judge? He says he called him Timmy Tough Nuts.
Yeah, Timmy Tough Nuts. I saw that.
I never heard that before. Yeah. I'm like, that is the greatest thing I ever heard. I use it like multiple times in my story.
Yeah.
Timmy Tough Nuts.
Yeah.
And he's right, because this guy Joe Judge,
absolutely right.
They stink, man. Right. The whole organization needs to get fired.
Yes, I can't believe they're bringing him back.
Should have hired Mark Ross.
They're going to bring him back. Supposedly bringing him back. So
really?
We'll see. Joe Judge, yeah. Supposedly they're bringing him back.
Oh, my God. The players hate him, man.
Two out of the three.
Talking about golf clubs out in front. Nobody's got golf clubs in your locker, man.
Players like a coach like that if you're winning. If you're not winning, that goes south in a hurry, and that's what's happening there. But supposedly Gettleman's the only one out. Coach and quarterback coming back is what I heard.
Mark Ross.
Should have hired Mark Ross. Should have hired maybe anybody else but Joe Judge. So it's time for our Parlay Power Plays of the Week. Sean, you're up first. A little pick and a little explanation of what.
Yeah, I'm only picking games this week for teams that need to win to either lock up a playoff spot or lock up a home field, something like this. So that should help you there.
Again, before you do these type games, when the one team needs to win, the other team is out and relaxed. Sometimes it scares me off a little bit.
Yeah, because the team's got the pressure and the team's playing with no pressure.
Yeah, and then you have guys that haven't played a ton that get in looking for an opportunity for next year to win get a contract. Mm-hmm. There's some guys playing for incentives on their contract. So it's never, to me, it's never a lock that team that needs to wins those games, or at least covers.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
First game, Indianapolis, Jacksonville.
Minus 14.5 at Jacksonville.
I'll bet it down, obviously. I'm not going to take the hook there. I'm going to bet it down to 14 or 13.5. But Indianapolis obviously has to win to get in.
Yes.
Jacksonville's playing for, if Jacksonville loses, they lock up the top pick for the second year in a row. I said once again, if Jaguars went out and blew the top pick by beating Indy, they would have to question what this organization is doing. Obviously, they don't need a quarterback, but first pick, you can get anybody you want or even trade down or whatever. So, they're not going to win this game.
They need some weapons for that quarterback.
Yeah.
They need a lot of help, though.
Yeah. Travis Etienne. So maybe, you could trade down or whatever and get some stuff. But, there's no quarterback. They don't need one. So, but Indianapolis should win this game like whatever
They should.
31-0.
Yeah, because here's a team.
31-7.
Because Jacksonville's not one of those teams I'm talking about. Jacksonville's a team that's been horrible all year long and just getting their doors blown off.
And there's no incentive for them to win this game. No. I mean, they honestly, if they win, they fall to 2. But why not just lose the game, get the first pick, and then just move on?
I'd hate to think that any team goes out to lose a game.
But there's no incentive for them to win.
No. And with that, you like Indianapolis minus the 14.5.
I'll bet it down
at Jacksonville.
Again,
okay.
Second game is the first Saturday game, Kansas City at Denver. And once again, Denver's out, so they don't have anything to play for. Kansas City does. So, Kansas City, obviously, if they win, they put pressure on Tennessee, who's playing Houston. I don't think Tennessee loses, but whatever. If Kansas City goes out and wins, I think Kansas City also needs to go in with a little bit. They finally lost a game. They won 8 in a row. They lost a tough game.
A game they shouldn't have lost. But
a game they shouldn't have lost. A game, against a good team that they might see in the playoffs, whatever. So, they lost. It's not the worst thing in the world to go in with a loss, but to go in with 2 straight losses, I think, against the team Denver that just kind of given up.
And they still have a chance for the top spot.
Kansas Exactly. Yep. So, I think, I'm going to go Kansas City here.
Kansas City minus 9.5 at Denver. And then wrap up your parlay, power play of the week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the other game that I just talked about, Tennessee over Houston, minus 10.5. I'll bet it down to 10 or 9.5. They lock up the top seed. And let me tell you something. This Mike Vrabel, 4 years in a row, winning seasons, playoffs, after the Tennessee Titans weren't very good for a long time. This guy, he lost Derrick Henry. He would be my coach of the year. If they win and lock up the top seed, I just don't know how you give it to anybody else. I mean, I guess you could give it to – there's other people you could give it to, Rams or Cardinals or whatever. But this guy, with all the injuries they've had,
Packers.
But they were supposed to be good.
Yeah, well.
And the coach almost tanked. They tanked the thing with the quarterback. This guy's unbelievable.
Okay, so finish this up. Then I want to tell you something. Tennessee, and everything you said is correct. Julio Jones they got, but he was out for most of the year. AJ Brown went out.
He's done an unbelievable job. And guess if they're the top seed
with Henry coming back,
all of a sudden now. If you back the Chiefs, maybe you're a little bit nervous now because this Tennessee team can go, and with Henry and Julio Jones and all these players, they have a chance, and they get a bye to get everybody healthy. Yep. I think they're a dangerous team, and obviously if they're the top seed, they're dangerous, but I think they could win the whole thing.
Yeah, so Tennessee minus 10.5 at Houston. So your parlay power play of the week, which is going to look similar to mine, Indianapolis minus 14.5, you're going to bet it down at Jacksonville. Kansas City minus 9.5 at Denver. And Tennessee minus 10.5 at Houston. So you're taking all road favorites because this is the week to do it, week 18. I agree with your picks. I went on FanDuel. I took Green Bay to win the Super Bowl plus 400. And then I took Green Bay and Tennessee to get to the Super Bowl. I think it was like plus 1,300 or so, maybe 3,000. I took that last week. So good odds. I played it on FanDuel. I can tell you where
this guy, he's unbelievable, this guy Vrabel. I mean, obviously he's a winner. I mean, he came from
New England. Yeah. All right, so for my parlay power play of the week, I will agree. I'm going to take Indianapolis. I would have taken it whether this was a must-win for Indianapolis or not. Jacksonville's just been horrible. They're not like Houston. They haven't been playing great. They're not playing hard. I'm going to take Indianapolis minus 14.5 at Jacksonville. I will then agree with you with Kansas City. I will take Kansas City minus 9.5 at Denver. Again, a Kansas City team coming off a loss that's still looking for that top spot. And the only game we're going to differ on is I'm going to take the 49ers plus the 5.5 at the Los Angeles Rams. I think it's a close game. I don't know that the 49ers win this game. I don't trust Stafford. He is going the other way. I know he had a lot of yards last week, but he still makes a lot of mistakes, throws the ball in a lot of coverage. I'm going to take San Francisco with the points. I think we have a close game there, plus the 5.5.
So you're not taking the money line? Do you think the Rams win that game?
I think it's a close game. I think it's a field goal game either way. So I'm going to take the points there. So it's Indianapolis minus 14.5 at Jacksonville, Kansas City minus 9.5 at Denver, and for me, San Francisco plus 5.5 at the Rams. That's our parlay power plays of the week 18.
Obviously, interesting that they moved all those late games. So, like New Orleans and San Francisco are playing at the same time. They didn't do that with obviously the Saturday games. I think they tried to.
It's all TV, man.
Yeah, I think they tried not to move a game like that where it was
they still needed. They couldn't leave Sunday empty.
But you also can't. You don't want to have the because if New Orleans loses, that game doesn't, San Francisco's not playing because they're in the playoffs. So, you got to have, a little bit of, it's like when they play the World Cup games at the same time. So, competitive.
Yes. You don't want an advantage or teams not to play hard.
But the schedule is weird. When you look at the actual schedule this week, there's, pull this up. There's not usually this many there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 425 games. So on Sunday, so there's usually in the last few weeks there's only been 2 or 3. So now it's kind of crazy. There's all these extra games. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So the week 18 in the books, and
you guys are in trouble.
Actually, we're going to be in trouble too for not realizing.
I'm not even paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention yet. All right, so behind the scenes stuff, folks. But all right, so that is our Parlay Power Plays of the week. Remember, you YouTubers, hit that subscribe button, go down, leave comments, notification bell, the like button, go down to the description box.
Did we talk about
the links.
Did we talk about that yet?
What?
The 100,000.
No.
You waiting to talk about that?
The what?
The 100,000.
100,000?
The thing.
What
we passed
thing?
the.
What thing?
We passed it.
Oh,
we passed the mark.
damn, that's right. We have over 100,000.
100,000 views, man.
Yeah, I forgot 100,000 views. So thank you for viewing.
But what we need is we need more subscribers.
Balloons or something.
We need more subscribers.
More
we
subscribers.
need people to subscribe. We need people to.
You're viewing, and we appreciate it.
You got to get over 1,000. If you know anything about YouTube, you got to get over 1,000 because you can do a lot of different things, live stuff. And
yes, we appreciate we do over 100,000. We started this thing in September, so we're rolling along. It's great, but hit that subscribe button. That's also very important to us. We appreciate you watching because you have so many different options. So we do appreciate you watching, listening to all the outlets that you can listen to. We appreciate that. Also, welcome or thanks to 12 Ounce Sports for having us on. We enjoy our time there now, and we thank you for watching there.
Definitely.
Remember, I am at Twitter. What am I? Twitter.
FineLine33.
FineLine33. FeinLine 33. He is the Prodigal Sean.
On Twitter
on
and
Twitter,
Insta.
My Insta's Daryl Fine, I think, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. But Twitter. FineLine33. FeinLine 33. We will be back with the primetime best bets of the week, which will also include the College National Championship. After this, you're watching How to Bet, HowToBet.com.
Let's get it.